Hello everyone, this is the second part of the video on the properties of water. Heat capacity is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a substance by a certain amount. Water has a high specific heat capacity, meaning it takes a large amount of heat energy to increase its temperature. This property is due to the strong hydrogen bonds between water molecules. Much of the added heat energy is used to break these bonds rather than directly increasing the movement of the molecules, which slows the rise in temperature. Because of hydrogen bonding, water can absorb or release significant amounts of heat with only slight changes in its own temperature. This property is crucial for regulating temperatures in both the environment and living organisms. Here are some impacts of specific heat capacity of water on aquatic organisms. First, having a stable environment. Water's high heat capacity allows aquatic ecosystems to maintain relatively stable temperatures. Sudden temperature changes are minimized, protecting aquatic organisms from extremely or extreme temperature fluctuations that could be harmful or deadly. The second one is the thermal regulation for organisms. Aquatic animals benefit from water's ability to store and slowly release heat, helping them maintain stable internal body temperatures and supporting consistent metabolic processes. On impact on coastal areas, moderation of coastal climates. Coastal regions experience milder climates compared to inland areas because larger bodies of water absorb heat during the day and release it slowly at night. This moderating effect reduces extreme temperatures, helping coastal areas cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. The second one are weather patterns. The high heat capacity of oceans and seas influences global weather patterns. It helps regulate atmospheric temperature and contributes to the formation of winds and ocean currents. In conclusion, water's high heat capacity resulting from its hydrogen bonds plays a vital role in maintaining stable temperatures in aquatic environments and regulating climate in coastal regions. This stability is essential for the survival of aquatic organisms and helps create more moderate, livable climates for humans and other species near large bodies of water. Another property of water is water as a solvent. This time, we will talk about solutions. Solutes like table salt seem to disappear when they dissolve in water. A solution is being created. The following questions will be asked, and I request you to pause your video and answer it as we go forward. Why does the salt seem to disappear? The answer is its ions break apart and move throughout the water, so they no longer form visible solid crystals. What happens to the mass and volume of water when salt is dissolved in it? They both disappear. Besides tasting the water, how could you show that the salt is still there even though you can no longer see it? The answer is you could measure the mass or volume of the water before and after salt is added. Notice that the chlorine binds with the hydrogens of water, while sodium binds with the oxygen. Why is this the case? The answer is hydrogen has a partial positive charge that is attracted to the negative charge of chlorine, and oxygen has a partial negative charge that is attracted to the positive charge of sodium. So in solutions, water's polarity gives it the ability to dissolve both ionic compounds and other polar molecules. As part of the lesson on properties of water, we are going to talk about acids, bases, and pH. Please take note that bases are also called alkaline or alkaline. The pH scale is a measure of the concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. It indicates how acidic or basic a substance is. The scale ranges from 0 to 14, with 7 being neutral. A low pH of 0 to 6 indicate a high concentration of hydrogen ions, meaning the solution is acidic. A high pH of 8 to 14 indicates a low concentration of hydrogen ions and a higher concentration of hydroxide ions, meaning the solution is basic or alkaline. A neutral pH represents pure water, where the concentration of hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions is equal. Now let us discuss acids. Acids basically have higher concentration of hydrogen ions than pure water. A common example is lemon juice, vinegar, and stomach acid, which is hydrochloric acid or HCl. Acids typically taste sour and can react with metals. Bases, on the other hand, have a lower concentration of hydrogen ions and higher concentration of hydroxide ions than pure water. Example are baking soda, soap, and bleach. Bases often feel slippery and taste bitter. Let's move on to the biological importance of pH. First, cell function. Most biochemical reactions in living organisms occur within a narrow pH range. Enzymes, which speed up chemical reactions, functions best at specific pH. Second, homeostasis. Organisms maintain stable internal pH levels to survive. For example, human blood has a tightly regulated pH around 7.4. And the third one is the environmental impact. Aquatic life depends on water bodies maintaining a balanced pH. Sudden shifts in pH can harm or kill sensitive species. In conclusion, the pH scale measures the concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. Acids have a higher hydrogen ion concentration than water or pure water, while bases have a lower hydrogen ion concentration. Maintaining proper pH levels is essential for chemical reactions, biological functions, and environmental balance. The last topic on the properties of water are buffers. What are buffers? Buffers are substances that help maintain a stable pH in a solution by neutralizing small amounts of added acids or bases. They are typically made up of weak acid and its conjugate base, or a weak base and its conjugate acid. Buffers work by reacting with excess hydrogen ions or hydroxide ions to prevent sharp or sudden changes in pH. How does it work? When a strong acid is added to a buffered solution, the weak base component of the buffer reacts with the excess hydrogen ions, neutralizing them and minimizing the pH change. On the other hand, when a strong base is added, the weak acid component donates hydrogen ions to neutralize the excess hydroxide ions, again stabilizing the pH. One example of a buffer system is the blood buffer system. The human body uses the bicarbonate buffer system to maintain blood pH around 7.4, as you can see here in this illustration. If the blood becomes too acidic, the bicarbonate ions, or HCO3 minus, neutralizes excess hydrogen ions. If blood becomes too basic, carbonic acid, or H2CO3, releases hydrogen ions to lower the pH. What are the importance of buffers? First, for biological stability. Most enzymes and biochemical processes require specific pH levels to function correctly. Buffers help maintain this balance in cells and bodily fluids. Second, homeostasis. Buffers are essential for maintaining stable pH levels in organisms, ensuring proper functioning of metabolic processes. And third, it is the environmental protection. Natural buffers in soil and water help neutralize acid rain and pollution, protecting ecosystems from harmful pH shifts. Remember that the normal blood pH is between 7.35 and 7.45. A lower or higher pH can be a sign of ill health. Um, with this question, after I read it, pause your video and try to answer. What pH would result from adding an acid to an unbuffered base, uh, and from adding an acid to a buffered base? Look at the picture and here are the answers. When you add unbuffered base to an acid, you will produce an acidic pH, while buffered base and an acid, you are going to produce a basic pH. Water's unique properties, cohesion, adhesion, high heat capacity, polarity, and pH balance, are essential for sustaining life and shaping the world around us. Understanding these properties help us appreciate the vital role water plays in every living system on Earth.